Rona, you can unmute. Okay, looks like we lost Rona. Linda.
Madam, so
Linda,
I should give my definition.
please give vegetative propagation.
Okay, vegetative propagation is the growth of a new plant from another. Yes.
It is the growth of the what?
It's the growth of a new plant from another of the
Yes.
same plant.
Your network is not very good.
Madam, from here I'm getting you. Okay, vegetative propagation is the growth of a new plant from another plant of the plant without use of gametes.
Okay, you've used a lot of biology and a lot of yes, a lot of complicated words, eh? Okay, not very complicated, but yeah, it is true. Can someone simplify that for simplify that for us? I'm seeing Cynthia. Cynthia. Okay. Okay, looks like Cynthia's failed to unmute. Rachel. Rachel, please unmute.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, please.
Am I clear?
Not very, but we can hear you a bit.
Okay, so for me, I think
Sorry, Rachel, we can't hear you well. There is a lot of feedback. Let's see. Dreamer Stars. Okay.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, vegetative reproduction is a mode of asexual reproduction in plants where part of the plant, other than the seeds, develop into a new individual.
Very good. Excellent. Cynthia, before you go off, no, this is not Cynthia. This is Dreamer or something like that. Okay. Tell us, which plant parts do you think can be used for vegetative propagation apart from the seed?
Apart from the seeds, I
yes,
think
you said.
the word doesn't fit. Okay, that part, like, okay, let me say, like, maybe ginger, that body, its body,
Okay,
not
the rhizome.
Yeah.
What part is that? In normal plant parts, we know plants have leaves, stems, roots, flowers. Yes?
Yeah, if it's a flower, then that would be the root.
It's a root. Oh, really?
No. No.
Okay. We are going to see about that. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, we are going to see about that. I'm seeing Oluka with the hand up. Please unmute.
Yes, madam. I can hear you.
Yes.
For me, on the definition, I think vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction where a new plant develops from the other parts of the parent plant.
Apart from
the seeds.
Okay. For example?
For example, maybe the stems.
Okay.
That's what I had.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. At least you've added the stems. BMK, I think this is you. You have something to say?
Madam, I think vegetative reproduction, vegetative propagation it involves the rise of a new plant from the other parts of a plant other than seeds.
Okay, apart from the stem, do you know any other plant part that can be used for vegetative propagation?
Maybe the leaves, stems, and
Okay.
roots.
Stems, leaves, and roots. Perfect.
Yeah.
I think thank you so much. I think let's all agree that yes, vegetative propagation in plants is whereby we use other plant parts apart from seeds to create new plants or to come up with new plants. Okay. So maybe to go back a little bit, did we define or did we explain what fragmentation is? So whoever is putting up a hand should explain to us fragmentation. Okay? John. I think this is John. Yes. John? Okay, John, have you failed to unmute? Let me choose another person. Amma.
Teacher, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Amma.
Teacher, it's Amara, not Amma.
It's Amma. Amot?
Amara, it's Amara.
Amara. Okay.
Yes. So, fragmentation, in my definition, involves when, let me say, I'm going to give an example. Like for
Yes.
when a starfish, any part of its organ is cut off, it's able to regenerate itself. So, fragmentation involves the breaking off of like a piece of tissue so as for it to regenerate. Basically,
Perfect.
that's what
Do
I
you think
would.
it occurs in plants before you go off?
Yes.
Okay, like which plant?
Beg your pardon, teacher?
Which plant carries out fragmentation?
I'm not so sure. I cannot lie you. Maybe
I'm
in
not so sure.
organisms. In
Okay, let me
organisms,
open it
I
up.
can do.
Let me
Yes.
open it up. Does
Yes.
anybody know any plants that can reproduce by fragmentation?
Algae.
Okay, let's see. I'm seeing Gilbert. Algae, yes. Actually, it is algae. It is algae. Algae can reproduce by fragmentation. But basically, in this lesson, or in this particular lesson, we're going to look at vegetative propagation because it is the one that is used so often. It doesn't happen naturally because we use it in agriculture to reproduce plants. Like we have seen, yeah, it is fast, okay? So let's continue. So we are going to look at the different plant parts that can be used for sexual reproduction. There is this one, the first one that has a leaf, okay? We can see, yeah, this is bryophyllum. We can see the leaf bud coming out, okay? So you can use those buds to reproduce the bryophyllum plant, okay? This is cassava, okay? What plant part is that? For cassava, which plant part are we using here?
Stems.
Okay, yes, someone has already said stems. Yes, these are stems. Clearly, these are stems. The stems are pushed into the soil or buried into the soil. They reproduce, they produce buds and then we shall get a new plant, okay? And then there is this other plant here that has a daughter plant, okay? And then another plant here, this is the mother plant. I don't know why they don't say father, mother's reproducing. This is the mother plant, okay? Which plant is this one?
Strawberry plant.
It's a strawberry, yes, that is true, okay? How does it reproduce? By?
Asexual.
Asexual, but using a what?
Seeds.
A seed, yes, but a seed, you say that is sexual. We are talking about asexual now. Yes? Do you know what a runner is or a stolon? Okay, let's see. Joshkin, your hand is up. Please unmute.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Joshkin.
Madam, about fragmentation.
Yes.
I have a question. Should we say that fragmentation is a form of sexual reproduction? Which doesn't involve...
Asexual.
Yeah, asexual.
Yes. You are in a noisy place, okay?
Should I say it is a form of sexual reproduction, which doesn't involve the exchange of genetic materials?
How do you differentiate it from the other forms of reproduction, asexual reproduction? What happens really?
In this, yeah, organism breaks into two or more parts.
Okay. That
Yes,
later
madam.
do what?
Grow into new individuals.
That is perfect.
Okay,
that is
madam.
very perfect. It's okay. It is okay.
Okay, madam.
It is very
Thank
okay.
you.
As long as you can mention, yes, what really happens in that form of asexual reproduction, because they all don't include fission of gametes, okay? No genetic material is exchanged, but as long as you mention exactly what happens, like in fragmentation, yes, the fragments are broken off from the mother plant or from the mother organism, and then whatever breaks off becomes a new plant. Budding, yes, a bud grows from the mother plant or the mother organism, not a plant, but a mother organism breaks off, becomes a new plant, right? Then what else did you look at?
Yeah, that's all.
Binary fission, cells divide into two and each cell becomes a new plant, okay? Vegetative, still it is a sexual reproduction, but well, it occurs in plants where any other plant part apart from the seed can develop into a new plant, right?
Anyway,
for example,
madam,
the leaves. Yes, please.
Another question. Is there any example of a plant that reproduces through using leaves?
Bryophyllum.
Come again?
Bryophyllum. B-R-Y-O.
Maybe I need further research about it.
Yes, let me spell it for you. B-R.
B.
Yeah, B. B-R-Y-O. P-H-Y-L-U-M. Yeah, Bryophyllum. Do you see the list that I have here?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, that is a Bryophyllum leaf.
Okay, madam.
And you see the buds here?
Yes,
those buds can become new plants. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, madam.
You're welcome. Okay, so someone was telling us about the strawberry. Okay, let me see. Ken, do you want to talk about them?
Madam, not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to recap on binary fusion.
Binary fusion. It's not a fusion. Don't put a U, eh? When you say binary, to fuse is to add, eh? To fuse is to break. So it is binary fission. It is where it occurs in unicellular organisms, eh? Where a cell divides into two, and then each cell becomes a new cell. Like, for example, in bacteria, that is binary fission. Okay? Yes, binary fission. Yes.
Then what about fragmentation?
Fragmentation, it can occur in many organisms where a fragment, a piece of an organism breaks off, or pieces break off, and then each of them becomes a new organism. Did you look at a tapeworm in primary school?
Yes.
How does the tapeworm reproduce? The segment breaks off and then becomes a new tapeworm, right?
Yeah.
You can use that as an example of fragmentation. But however, it also occurs in some plants like the bryophyllum, no, not the bryophyllum, but the algae, like Spirogyra. You know what Spirogyra is?
Yes.
Yes. Who is saying yes? Let me see who has their mic open. I don't see.
Apart from
Okay,
algae, which
someone
other
tell us.
plant?
We are
Madam,
talking about the Spirogyra.
apart from algae, which other plant?
I don't think there is any naturally
Okay.
that reproduces by fragmentation. So do you know what algae
What
are?
about the
Or
liverworts?
it is liverworts. Now liverworts are non usually this occurs in bryophytes, eh?
Yeah.
But liverworts are more like liverworts are bigger. Actually, even do we still classify algae as plants? Actually, we don't. They are not plants.
Yeah.
Algae are not plants. We no longer classify them as. So, naturally, plants don't reproduce by fragmentation. The algae belong to kingdom Protoptista. They are not plants. So basically,
Okay.
the bryophytes don't reproduce by fragmentation. Yeah. I'm seeing Bernard Banks. Your hand is up.
Madam, thanks.
You're
Good
welcome.
evening, madam.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay, madam, I would like you to explain to me
Sorry?
how oxygens affect
Yes.
the process of
Does what?
vegetative propagation.
Does what?
I would like you to clarify for me more about the oxygens. How do they affect the process of vegetative propagation?
You want me to clarify? I lose that word. What affects?
Okay, I would like to know how the oxygens affect the process of propagation.
Auxins.
Yeah.
Do you know what auxins are?
Yeah, I think they are the hormones found in plants.
What do they do?
Yes.
What do they do?
I understand that the axins they help maybe I think it is a class of hormones that are found in plants, and maybe they also the propagation.
Okay, now what you're going to do, okay? We are going to look at it. They're used in artificial propagation. We are going to reach there and then you'll tell us about those auxins, right? Yes?
Okay.
Yes, please. I would like to continue now. Unless someone has a question. Linda. Linda?
Okay, you first go. I'll try.
I first complete, eh? Sorry?
Complete, madam.
Okay, so. Okay, so yeah, someone was telling us about these strawberries. Oliver, do you want to tell us?
Yeah, madam.
Yes?
Madam.
Yes, please.
Okay, madam, about the strawberries. Like,
yes, please.
They reproduce through those runners, like the horizontal roots. So parent plant produces the runners, and then the bud grow into a water plant, like the runners, these ones here. I don't know if you can point them to. Yes. So those runners extend outside, and then they take the crown, like they come from the crown, and then they take the roots into the soil, and then they produce a new plant there.
Perfect. Perfect. So that is how strawberries reproduce. So it is also a part of the plant. That is a runner. Okay. What about this one down? This is a sweet potato, right? It's a sweet potato, and for it, it's a root. Okay, so it reproduces by, you can see the buds coming off the root. So even roots can be used for vegetative propagation. Someone was talking about the ginger rhizome. It's right here, where you have a bud developing from the stem. Actually, this is the stem. And then you can have adventitious roots also coming off. There is this bud, and then there is also another bud. And then we have suckers for like matoke, for bananas. Yeah, that is also another part of the plant. Actually, there is this pseudostem and then the fleshy, the leaves, okay? And then we have the Irish potato tuber, okay? I'm seeing very many questions. I don't know why, Henry.
Well, greetings to you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So I had a question about that strawberry. When I say that it reproduces by means, that mean by layering. Am I wrong?
Layering is a little different. You're going to see what layering means, but no, it's a little bit different. Layering,
all right,
buds come from a stem, okay? It is induced,
yeah,
right? But here, the runner comes, produces a stolon that automatically, okay, like when it touches the ground, it develops roots, okay? You should tell actually the strawberry. You can read about the strawberry. You'll see that there is a different difference. Oh, good.
All right, thanks.
Feedback. There is a lot of feedback. Let me see if I can mute all of them. Okay. Okay. So I think we are familiar with these plant parts. So now we are going to look at, yes, some of these plants reproduce naturally, like the methods we've been looking at. They occur naturally. And then we have the artificial ones, methods of artificial vegetative propagation. These ones occur, okay, humans do carry them out artificially. The plant doesn't plan to do that. Humans really carry them out. You know, as we've been looking at, actually are natural, okay? But here we have some artificial methods of vegetative propagation, right? So I'm seeing many hands up. Oliver?
No, thanks. Somebody
Oliver. Now? Okay. Okay, failed. Okay. Ken, your hand is up.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
So how is the first one done?
Which one? Here?
Yeah.
No, this one you're going to look at them, yes. We're going to look at each of them. Okay, now let me open the discussion. I want someone to tell us each of these, okay, any of them. What are they and how are they done? For which plant?
Madam.
Yes, please. Let me see, Fiona. Okay, Fiona. Tell me your microphone is open, okay? Talk.
Madam.
Yes.
Should I?
Please.
Yeah, madam, the first one is cutting.
Cutting, okay.
So this is the method of plant propagation that involves cutting a part of a plant, such as a stem, leaf, or a root, and using it to grow on a new plant. As in, you get a piece of a plant from different plant, you merge it with another plant.
And you're calling this method as?
Cutting.
Cutting. Okay.
Yes, madam.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have
Can I
another view?
I do.
See. Okay, please talk.
So to me, the first method I think is grafting.
Okay.
And grafting, this is a type of artificial propagation where two plant parts with the same mature elements are joined to become a new plant, i.e. the scion and the stalk, and this can be used using a grafting tape.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So actually, this is grafting, okay? Where we have two plants, okay? With almost the same genetic component, okay, like come on and say matching, right? So where then they have part of a stem, usually young stem, and then fix it to another growing stem. So this one, the one that they are cutting, is called a scion, that is S-C-I-O-N, and it's fixed on another plant using grafting tape. And then later, they come together, like they join, and then produce characteristics of both of them. Okay? So that is grafting. Yes, people do it during research to improve breeds and what? Yes, people do a lot of that. And yeah, it is possible. You can actually use any tape. Maybe you should try it out at, right? Or at home. So these hands that are up, do you want to talk more about grafting? If you're not talking about grafting, first put down your hand. Okay? If you're not talking about grafting, first put down your hand. Then I only choose people who are talking about grafting. Okay. I'm seeing, okay, Bernard Banks. I think this is Ken. You're still muted. I mean, unmute. Your mic is open. You want to talk?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, like which plants are propagated using grafting?
Many plants. Who can give us examples? Many plants. I think this is Stephanie. Stephanie, you can talk.
Good afternoon, madam. I just have a concern.
Okay.
It's just that your network is kind of cutting, so I did not get clearly the definition of grafting.
Oh, I actually didn't give a definition. I gave a meaning. Okay. What I said, Stephanie, are you listening now? Is the network better?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I said that grafting is where they cut a young stem of a plant. Okay?
Yes.
That is called a scion, and join it to another plant.
Yes.
And fasten it with the grafting tape. Produce a new plant. And that new plant will have characteristics of both plants. For example, you have, let me say a mango, okay?
Yes, yes.
That produces very many fruits. But those fruits are not very delicious, okay?
Yes.
But you want that characteristic of producing very many what? Fruits.
Very many fruits.
So now you get another one, the scion of a mango that produces delicious fruits, but few.
Yes.
You join it with this other one. So what you get will be something between the two.
Yes.
Yes, that is grafting. Okay?
Okay, thank you,
so
madam.
many agriculturists use it. People who do agriculture use it a lot to improve breeds. Yes. Okay. People's hands are still up. Okay, let me see. Oliver. Okay. Pauline. Unmute. I'm seeing you talk, but your microphone is muted. We don't still hear. Unmute. Okay, Pauline has failed to unmute. Gift. Gift has also failed.
Madam.
Yes, please.
Madam, are you getting me?
I am properly.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You say you asked for examples of plants that can be grafted. Lemons, oranges, and mangoes.
Mangoes, apples, avocado, roses, very many plants, okay? You can graft anything, I think, right? You can even add an orange to a lemon to get something different, okay? So you can go and try it out. Although, when you're doing it, I want you to go and research and find out how it is really done. You see the way it is cut, the way the scion is cut, and the way the stalk is cut, and how they are fixed. Please, you're going to go read about it, find out how it is really done, and try to do it. Maybe you'll give me results, okay? Tie and leave it for some time, all right? Okay, I'm begging to continue. I want us to talk about the next one. The one that has a large plant, and then it has a branch that is going off, okay? And then there is a peg down here with another peg going up. What is that? Someone actually talked about it at the beginning of this lesson. Okay? Henry, your microphone is on. You can talk.
All right, so I think that's what I meant. That's layering.
This is layering.
Where part of parent plants is stocked into soil and it regrows into a new plant.
Perfect, Henry. That is layering. And actually, where the peg is, that red peg, it is fixed into the soil, yes. And then roots will start developing there, and then it can later be weaned from the mother plant. This is just cut off. So this side becomes a new plant, and then it is weaned off. So at the end of the day, you have a new plant. That is layering. It is common for plants like apples. They can do that. They can also do it in bougainvillea. It's a type of shrub, okay? You can read about it some more. Not very common for our normal crops that we grow at home, but yeah. Oh God. Okay? So it is not common for our normal plants, but yeah, it is done for apples or bougainvillea. Yeah, they do that and then develop new plants, okay? Before I go to this other micropropagation, there is this other one here that has leaves with as if polythene bags tied around them. Okay, who can tell us what that one is? Okay, let me see who is putting up a hand. Priscilla. Priscilla has failed to unmute. Let me see. There is the person who is this. Is this Chirabo? Chirabo, you on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's called marketing.
Marketing. You spell for us marketing.
M-A.
Yes.
R-C.
Yes.
O-T.
Yes.
T-I.
Yes.
N-G.
N-G. Marketing. So,
yeah.
You can describe for us what marketing is?
Marketing.
Yes.
Yes, it involves a ring of the bark being removed from around the branch.
Okay.
Down to the xylem layer. Cutting off the flow of nutrients to the branch tip. The area surrounding the ring, also termed as the griddle, is then packed with moist soil and wrapped in plastic. Eventually, a pronounced callus, a thick new tissue, forms at the upper side of the griddle and the roots appear. They grow into moss when a sufficient root mass is present, and then the branch is cut through at the lower end of the griddle and potted.
Excellent. I couldn't have said better. Okay, so that is perfectly perfect. Before you go off, do you want to tell us which plants can be propagated using marketing? Hello? Okay, I think we lost him. Okay, I'm seeing, let me see. Bernard? Bernard?
Okay, madam. Yes, please.
Yes.
I think the examples of plants
Bernard, we lost you.
Be propagated by my coating. Yes, please. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Hello?
now.
I'm
Yes.
saying that the examples of plants that can be propagated by my coating, we have, for example, we have the fruit trees like mangoes, avocados, citrus, apples,
yes,
and also then we have ornamental plants like orchids, and then yeah, that's what I can speak about it.
Thank you so much. So yeah. So thank you so much, Bernard. How can someone tell us the difference between layering and marketing? What is the difference between layering and marketing? Let me see. There is Infinix X6516. I'm asking you to unmute. Your hand is up. Stop chewing a pen. Okay, she has failed to unmute. Okay. Who is this? Dreamer. Oh, this is Henry. Yeah,
Yes.
Henry, your phone is your mic is still on. Do you want to
All
give
right.
us
Me before that,
yes.
I'm asking whether air layering and marketing differ, because I
No,
thought this was air layering.
They don't differ. They don't differ.
Oh, all right.
Air layering and marketing are just the same thing. Okay?
All right.
So, can someone tell us the difference between marketing and layering? Let me see. Gavanians. No. Before Gavanians, I'm seeing, I think this is Ian.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Ian.
Layering involves inducing of root formation, while marketing involves just the ring of bark being removed from around the branch.
Really, Ian? Isn't there root formation? Isn't there inducing of root formation in marketing? Okay, think about it some more. Let's go to
Madam.
Yes.
I want to give at least one difference.
Please.
Madam, are you getting me? Madam.
Yes, I'm getting you very well.
Madam, in layering, we focus on all plant, like roots, leaves, and other parts of a plant. But in marketing, we focus on stem section only.
Okay, really? In layering, do we really look at this other plant where we put a peg that is going into the soil? Okay, look at it more clearly.
Yes, madam, I see it.
Isn't that part of a stem?
It is.
Okay, so let me get another opinion from, I'm seeing Mercy's iPhone. I'm requesting you to unmute. Mercy's iPhone failed to unmute. Okay, let me see another person. Lucy? Failed to unmute. Why are people failing to unmute? Okay, Ken?
Oh, yeah, madam. So
Yes.
you want the difference?
Between layering and marketing.
Yeah, for me, what I think is that with layering, a part of a plant is lowered into the soil, and is marketing. The part of plant is just covered with something like a caveira to let it develop roots. Yeah,
Yes.
that's all.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, in layering, you're pushing the stem to the ground so that it can develop what? Roots. Okay? Into the soil, yes. But then in marketing, you're actually carrying the soil up the stem. Right? With another difference is that with layering, you don't need to remove the bark, okay, to go to the xylem. With marketing, you actually have, right? There is no tying of a caveira here in layering. Here you just peg the stem into the what? Into the ground. In marketing, you have to tie, right? Those are differences, just, okay? And then we have the last one, micro propagation. Unless there is something really, please.
Yeah, like with marketing, can it be done on any plant?
Someone has just given us examples of plants that can be done with marketing. Were you attentive, Ken?
I wasn't active.
Most fruit plants can be propagated by marketing. Do you have an avocado near you?
Yes.
Maybe you can try to mark with it and you'll give us results.
Okay,
You
madam.
get a youngish branch, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't cut the big tree, a youngish branch, and try to mark with it and we see. Oh,
Okay.
maybe before I forget, no, I'll bring it up later. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Look at
That's all I wanted.
Okay, thank you so much. Micropropagation. So, with micropropagation are these ones there that we see. Let me first try to remove this. Are you seeing where there is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and whatever? Yes, I'm sure you can see. So, you start with small tissues of plants, okay? In a lab, you clean them, right? You can get any tissue, maybe from a stem, maybe from a leaf, okay? Clean them, give them the right conditions. And then each cell or part of those tissues will become new plants. Like you see they're starting around in C and then in D. Then E, each of them grows. Okay? And then you can pot them around in H. It can be used in bananas and many other plants. Okay? I hope you guys have heard about test tube organisms. So these are not really test tubes, they are petri dishes, but yeah, it's possible. So that is what they call micro propagation. You find like one small tissue of a plant can be used to produce very many plants. Okay? So I'm seeing very many hands up. I think people want to comment about this. Doreen. You want to talk about this? Oh. Doreen? Okay. Fail to unmute. Bernard.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Bernard.
Yes, madam.
Yes, we can hear you. Your hand was up. You want to say something?
Yeah, I would like to talk something about micropropagation.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay. For me, ideally, I think that micropropagation is a method of plant propagation that involves growing plants in a controlled environment. And it can be done maybe using tissue culture techniques.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I can speak about it. And maybe this method allows rapid production of large numbers of genetically identical plants. Yeah, that's what I can speak about it.
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome,
Bernard. Before you go off, do you know
Yes.
what tissue culture is?
Tissue culture? I think tissue culture, you're saying tissue culture, madam?
As if you put it in your definition. Or you call it tissue propagation, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I can say that tissue culture is a method of growing plants or cells in a controlled laboratory environment. Maybe using a nutrient-rich medium or solution that can allow the plants to grow faster.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, let's see. We know what a tissue is, okay? And to culture is to propagate. Like he was saying, like Bernard was saying, to give those right conditions, give a solution that has everything that a plant may need. Okay, the tissues are put there and then they are cultured. They grow in that, so that almost every cell becomes a new plant. Okay, Amara.
Teacher, good afternoon once more.
Good afternoon, Amara.
Teacher, I wanted to talk more about it, but it seems Bernard has totally summarized it basically. I wanted to bring about that thing of tissue culture because I was saying, as you are saying, this micropropagation it's actually similar to tissue culture.
It is the same thing actually.
Yes, it's the same thing because now it's involving you. Actually, the definition I had personally that I had done was tissue culture involves, like, let me say we get a piece of tissue from a plant. Maybe you can get maybe a piece of a leaf or piece of wood from a plant specifically. Then you place it in a tissue medium. A tissue medium is what's going to be containing all the available nutrients to allow the plant itself to grow. That's what I wanted to summarize on exactly. That was my view.
Okay, thank you so much. Maybe to re-echo, Amara, stay on. To re-echo what Bernard said, you can tell us what are the characteristics of the new plants that are formed?
I would say first and foremost, the new plant, depending on how, depending on how you're trying to genetically ensure that it can withstand certain conditions. Maybe I'd say the characteristics would be first and foremost, it would be able to, how would I say? Now, as you were saying before.
You compare it to the mother plant.
Okay, let me compare it to the mother plant. Let me say the former mother plant of an apple. It didn't have, like, let me say, the ability to, how should I say? The ability to withstand these harsh conditions. Maybe if the conditions were in hot or cold, this new plant that we have formed will be able to withstand certain conditions. Then another example can be the plant in itself will have a chance of quick or rapid growth compared to the mother plant. Teacher, I think that those are the 2 points. Those are the 2 main points I can give. I don't know if there are others, but those are.
Maybe before you go off, do you really think it will be different if we have not done any genetic modification? You know,
yes.
like during tissue culture, they do genetic modification. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
To produce GMOs. Okay?
Yes.
Let's first cut out the GMO bit. We are not modifying anything. We are just culturing.
Yes.
We are not modifying it.
Yes.
Do you think it will be different from the mother plant?
Teacher, I want to say I would say yes, but no again.
Really? Because, okay. I want to hear the yes.
The yes part, the reason why I'm saying the yes part is because first and foremost, if you now take, for instance, this is in a controlled environment, right? So even without changing or genetically enhancing it, there are going to be certain conditions because first and foremost, you are placing this tissue, you are giving it all that it requires. So that means that in some scenarios, maybe the new plant form may not handle some conditions also. Without any modifications, because with the modifications, it will handle, okay, let me say it will handle better conditions than the mother plant, but without the modifications, maybe it may not withstand certain conditions that the mother plant would, because first and foremost, it has been in a controlled environment. Okay. But when you go back now, let me say the no part.
The genetic makeup.
Yes, the genetic makeup. Now, when you go back to the genetic makeup, these guys are trying to better improve it. So
don't think it's genetic. They're just culturing. They're not modifying it.
Okay. Let me not say they're not modifying it. So the yes part is, first and foremost, it may not withstand certain conditions because it has been in a controlled and conducive environment. The no part is, of course, basically, it may not, no modification will occur. It will still be giving out the same plant as it was before. Yes, that's my view.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, like I would like all of us to know that yes, during micropropagation, yes, some scientists inject other genes into the plants or into the organisms. We're not looking at that now. We're just looking at cloning, if I could use that word. We are just getting exactly the same organism as the mother plant. So even if we produce 100 from the tissues, they will be genetically identical. Yes. That is the essence of vegetative propagation without any modification. Okay?
Yes.
I'm seeing very many hands up. Estelle, you've not said anything. I'm requesting you to unmute. Okay, I'm not seeing Estelle anymore. Okay, there is David. David?
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, David.
I just had a question on what Tamara talked about
Yes.
micropropagation. Because he said that they get tissue. And those tissues, he has given us examples of leaves. So, for example, there are some plants that cannot be propagated by means of planting leaves. So if I use that leaf tissue, or any part of that plant will have to just can be used in that type of propagation.
Yes, yes, actually it can. Naturally, if I'm to answer you, naturally,
Yes.
those leaves may not give you, like if I got a mango leaf and planted it, will it give me new mangoes, new plants? No. But now, like they've both said, these are controlled conditions. They force every cell to produce a what? A plant. This is science. Okay?
Yes.
So that, yeah, every cell, even if you used a fruit, it can give you new plants. Okay? Because you studied cytology in senior one, right? You studied about cells. What did you define a cell as, David?
A cell is
what was the definition of a cell? Yes. A structural and functional unit of what? Of life. Sorry?
Yes.
So that cell can actually live independently given the right conditions. That is why they can actually make it produce a new organism. All right?
Yes.
I didn't want to go there, but maybe let me go there. Have you heard of what they call what they call cloning in animals? They get any cell from you. Yeah, they get any cell from you and produce a replica of you. Okay?
Yes.
Any cell, including a chick cell. Right? I think many people have heard about it. Yes. So they do that to plants. Of course, it's not allowed to do it in humans because it has ethical issues. That is not nice. Okay? But yeah, it is possible. That cell of yours contains every information about you. So yeah, they can use it to produce a replica of you, to clone you. Okay? So this is more like cloning. Micropropagation is more like you're cloning that plant. Okay? Yes. So I'm seeing still very many hands. Someone who refused to put a name, Infinix. Okay, Infinix won't unmute. McDonald's. You're taking pictures. Do you want to say something? Your hand is up. You can unmute. Okay, talk.
Let me see. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, like madam, for sure. I'm not getting anything because I'm seeing like you're in senior 4 work and perhaps we have just finished our senior 3 work in biology. So I'm really getting confused like what you're talking about, though I'm still around in the meeting.
But I said it as a new topic. Get real. Because it's the first topic you're going to do. Yes, I said it as a new topic.
For sure. I'm not the only one. People are complaining people are complaining down there, but they have no chance like to come in. Like
they're complaining
others are
that
behind
what?
in their various schools, and others are
They're not understanding.
They're not understanding.
Okay.
Why are they loud now?
Okay. Now, I want us to listen. Okay. We are looking at how plants reproduce. Okay. Plants can reproduce both sexually using seeds. If, like, for example, you wanted to grow a plant, you can either use seeds or you can use any other part of the plant, depending on the plant that you want to grow. So in this particular topic, we are looking at the other type of reproduction without using seeds, and we're calling it asexual reproduction. Asexual meaning without sexual organs. Okay?
Yeah.
So the sexual organs in plants are seeds, flowers and seeds, right? Organs are the flowers, and then the sexual gametes, we have the seeds. Okay, that is the embryo. So now we are leaving out that one. It is the next topic. So now we are looking at asexual propagation without the sexual parts, using leaves, stems, roots, okay, for reproduction.
Yeah.
Right? For example, do you know any plants that can be used, any parts of the plant that can be used? Okay, any plants that can be propagated asexually?
I don't.
Have you ever grown cassava?
Yeah, but it has been really long.
But do you know how they grow it?
Of course, they
how
cut
they
like
grow
that.
it?
The stem,
They cut the
stem
stems, right?
Yeah,
they cut
it's
the
cut
stems,
into
right?
pieces, and then
and then they put it in the soil, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, are you using roots? I mean, using seeds?
No.
Definitely that is not seeds. So you're using something different. So you're carrying out asexual reproduction. Okay?
Yeah.
When you're growing potatoes, sweet potatoes, what do they use?
The veins.
The vines. Are those flowers? Are they seeds?
Huh?
No. Are they seeds?
No.
No. That is also asexual reproduction. What about bananas? What do they plant?
Stems. No, that's
Suckers,
also
okay?
asexual.
That
It's
is also asexual. Very good. So you're on track, okay? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Do you see that leaf?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
What does it have?
Other leaves.
Leaves, really? They are buds.
Wait.
They are small plants. That one there, it has small plants. They are small plants coming from a leaf, right?
Yeah, small plants.
Yes. So that those other small plants can also become. It is asexual reproduction. Look at an Irish potato. Look at ginger. Look at a sweet potato. That is all asexual reproduction. See that? Are you following now?
I'm following.
Okay. Very good. That is our topic. You're on track. Okay. And this occurs naturally. Okay. So we are saying that artificially, humans have modified asexual reproduction by other ways, using other ways. That's why we call it artificial vegetative propagation. So asexual reproduction and asexual reproduction in plants. And okay, I've not defined that. We defined that a long time ago. Like it is vegetative propagation is a form of asexual reproduction that only is done in plants. Okay, where we use other plant parts. That's what we've been looking at. These are the natural methods of vegetative propagation, or we can call it asexual reproduction. And then these ones are the artificial ones. Okay. For example, the first one here is grafting. Okay. Yep. Then we have layering. Then we have marketing. And then we have this other one. It is micropropagation.
It's what?
Micropropagation, or someone called it tissue culture.
Okay.
Yes. Are we together a little bit now?
Yeah, we are together. Let me hope others who are complaining the way I did are also in track.
I'm glad you came out.
Yeah, thank you. And greetings to Hita. Greetings to Hita.
Like for real, in our lesson, you're greeting someone.
What's the problem?
I should have muted you before you did that. Okay. So class, I'm sorry that people felt left behind and I didn't check the chat to see, okay? But let me hope everybody's on track. Linda, you have something to say? People are keeping their hands up like for forever. Bernard, your hand has been up for the for the whole lesson. Okay, Linda, talk.
Madam, for me, I wanted to talk about those micro
propagation.
Yeah, micro propagation. How do those plants survive? Because I don't think they get sunlight. They require nutrients, even though they are given some solutions which contain the nutrients. But how do they really survive and emerge?
And then the what? How do they survive? I didn't get the line. How they emerge?
Okay, how do they? Yeah.
I've got it now. Now, or does anybody want to answer?
Yes.
Let me see. Whoever doesn't want to answer first, lower your hand. Whoever wants to answer, Linda, put your hand up. Okay, Shafiq. Okay, let me see. There is guest. Guest, I'm asking you to unmute. Yay, guest has failed to unmute. Infinix, okay. Infinix, talk.
Madam.
Yes, please. Infinix?
I have just but
yeah.
I am confused with the micropropagation. Can you elaborate more, please?
You have just done what?
I have just joined, but I'm confused with the micropropagation.
Okay, Linda has asked about it. We are going to talk about it. Gavanians, do you want to talk about it?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
But I think how those plants they can survive in that is it a liquid? In that water
it's a solution.
The solution,
Yes.
I think they are recommended fertilizers that are applied there. So they help them the growth. Now that's what I know.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, can we have okay. Linda, first wait. We are still getting to you, okay? We are getting responses. Okay. Yes, Fiona. Fiona. Fiona has failed to unmute. Amara.
Yes. Teacher, may I explain?
Yes.
Can I try and elaborate to her and see if
please,
she can?
Please. That's why I've chosen you.
Okay.
Everyone else. Yes.
So, in brief, we were talking about micropropagation. And we said micropropagation is like it's basically similar to tissue culture. And in brief, I'm going to say tissue culture is involving whereby you can scrape or cut off a piece of tissue from the mother plant, and then you place it in a tissue medium, which this tissue medium can be containing the nutrients required for it to grow. And this is mainly done in a controlled environment such as the laboratory to ease the process of growth for the new plant. In brief, that is what micropropagation is mainly about.
Okay, thank you, Amara. Maybe to add something to what Amara said, that solution where they put the tissues, yes, just a moment, where they put the tissues, they get any tissue, okay? It has a balanced, it has a balanced concoction of whatever that plant needs. One for germination and then for, growth for some time, okay? And then they put their hormones to help that plant to root and then develop leaves. Okay, a shoot. So every cell does that, okay? So it is done in such a way that they force those cells to come out using hormones, enzymes, nutrients, and everything that is possible. These are scientists who do that, okay? And maybe you may not know how to do it right now, but yes, it's possible. You should visit a science lab, a serious science lab, like where they do a lot of agriculture. Yeah, they do that and every cell becomes a new plant. Yes, Linda, you can now talk.
Okay, madam. What about sunlight?
What about
because
sunlight?
it's one of the
what?
One
It
of
is
the
one of
conditions
for
photosynthesis.
One of the conditions for photosynthesis. What we want right now, Linda, okay, is for the plant to emerge. Just imagine, eh? Have you done germination yet?
Yes.
In secondary school? Do we need sunlight for germination? Do we need sunlight for germination to occur?
No.
No, we don't.
Not really.
We don't. Okay? The plant finds the sunlight after it has done what? Germinated. So here, yes, they provide light when the leaves finally come out. But what is important is the leaves, those cells forming roots and finally the leaves. Yes, when the leaves form, definitely they'll give them sunlight. Is that okay? Linda?
Okay, madam. Yes, madam.
It's okay.
But another question. So, the petri dishes work at the granary. Okay, the nursery bed.
No, the petri dishes act as the container, just, okay? Okay, you can call it a nursery bed, yes. And then the solution acts as the soil in quotes.
Okay.
So, yes, you can read
madam,
about it actually. What about?
Okay, I'll make research. Research.
Yeah, you do some research. It's very interesting. Yes,
madam,
yes. You're welcome. Guest? Okay, sawa. Sawa. Okay, now, a question here. And whoever is not answering, you're going to lower your hand. Do you think it would be proper for scientists to do micropropagation of humans? If yes, why? If no, why no? I'm seeing Bessie J. Failed to unmute. Okay. Rihanna.
Madam, I think would not be possible because you cannot join a man and a woman.
You think it's not possible? Really?
Madam, it's possible.
It is possible, but should it happen?
No.
Why?
It's because they can mix up the genetics and they are human formed may be a hermaphrodite.
Okay, okay. Now remember, they are just getting yourselves and producing you. Okay, and just imagine they produce like 80 versions of you, like all of you are just the same and you're 80. Okay?
Yes.
Just imagine how the world would be. No, wait.
Thank you, madam.
Yes.
I wouldn't advise that because we've really had enough of science. Because, like, seriously, we've had enough of science, and if you try to be done on me, I wouldn't accept because I want to be alone. I want to be me alone.
You want to be what? Okay, okay. I didn't get that, no it. Okay, then Mark.
According to me, I think it is really not good because in the first case, you notice that obviously someone is not going to be having parents. Someone is going to sort of be parentless. You grow and you're all like, you were formed in through those, weird stuff. And even if you are to cross to the umbilical, it's also kind of not appropriate. Yeah.
So just imagine, Mark, this was Mark, right? We have 100 marks exactly the same as you. So now when one mark does something, you're more than identical. Actually, you're exactly identical. And you're 100. What would the world be like? Very not nice, eh? So when you kids become scientists, yeah, you be nice, eh? When you grow up and be scientists, yeah. Don't do funny things. Okay? Don't go and clone people. Okay. Another form of propagation, where people use cuttings, but in a special way, is who has ever seen how they clone eucalyptus? I want someone who has seen how they clone eucalyptus. Tell us how they do it. Okay, eucalyptus, whoever I choose, you're telling us about eucalyptus. Okay? Shafiq. Shafiq. Okay, Shafiq has failed to unmute. Okay. Catherine. Catherine? Catherine has run away. Bernard.
Yes, madam. Pardon the question. I didn't hear the question.
And can you answer it? Okay. How do they clone eucalyptus? How do they grow eucalyptus?
The eucalyptus trees.
Yes.
This side I've seen people using they first put okay, they use seeds.
Seeds?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've not yet
okay.
I've not observed that.
You've not observed, eh? I want someone who has seen eucalyptus being propagated without seeds. Okay. Lynn, no, there is Mugisa Olive. Olive V. Okay. Failed. Okay. Samuel? Samuel?
Yes, please, madam.
You've seen eucalyptus being propagated without seeds?
Without?
Seeds.
Me, I think they get those seeds and actually, for me, I know the one of seeds.
Okay. Now, whoever should put up the hand right now should lower the hand, and is not talking about eucalyptus. Without seeds, should lower it.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. I only want someone to describe for us how they grow eucalyptus without seeds. Joshua. Okay, Joshua has failed to unmute. Linda?
Madam, they get like a portion of the mother plant put in soil, so we will see roots growing like the one for the bryophyllum.
Okay, thank you so much. You're almost there. Thank you so much, Linda. Okay, we don't have a lot of time, but what they do, they make cutting of a young stem, okay? And then cut off all the leaves to control transpiration, but leave some, okay? So that the plant can carry out photosynthesis. And then they use a rooting hormone. Someone was asking us about auxins. They use a rooting hormone, dip the cutting inside it, and then in the soil. Control transpiration, boost photosynthesis, and then you'll see that new cutting becoming a new what? A new plant. All right? So people who want to grow, right? Who want to make money out of this. Eucalyptus is being planted like everywhere. You can go and read about it and see how actually you can propagate eucalyptus, even coffee actually. You've heard about clonal coffee? Yes. You can clone coffee and then produce as many as possible using just stem, right? Okay. Someone is recording me. Okay. So now, let us discuss. Whoever is putting up a hand, you're looking at advantages of vegetative propagation. Advantages of vegetative propagation. Advantages of vegetative propagation. We have Emmanuel. Emmanuel, unmute. Okay. Kenneth. Why aren't people unmuting? Okay. Kenneth.
Madam. Me, I think it is an advantage because for seeds it takes a long time for them to grow, but this one is fast, so it makes plants large in number. So when harvesting, you harvest a good yield.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That is one. It is very quick. It is very fast. Plants grow quickly. Okay. Philip. Philip.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
It is cheaper, easier, and more rapid method of plant propagation.
Is it cheaper? Yes. Is it easy? Maybe. Maybe yes. Very true. It is easy.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It is sufficient.
Okay. We have Bridget. Bridget has failed. Erisa.
Yes, sir.
Erisa. Erisa, please unmute. No, this is not Erisa, I know. Okay.
Hello, madam.
Yes, please, Erisa. How are you?
I have like 4 advantages of vegetative propagation.
Please give them to us.
Number 1 is good genetic characters in a plant are maintained.
Very good.
Number 2, does not involve two sexes since fertilization does not occur. Number 3, no agents such as those for pollination are required. And number 4, favors high chances of reproduction.
Okay, very good. Have we got that? Yes, thank you so much. Yes, number 1, it like characteristics are maintained. Okay. Then he talked about there is no need to look for a male and female gametes. So therefore also no agents of pollination. Okay. What else did you say?
There are favors high chances of reproduction.
High chances of reproduction. Yeah, but I don't know how. Maybe yes, because you're dealing with birds sometimes. Yes, very good, because you can produce many at the same time. Okay, any other?
Offsprings mature faster since there is a supply from parent.
Okay, thank you so much. And then we have, thank you so much, we have Lynn. Lynn? I don't see Lynn anymore. Okay. Gilbert?
What I have is there is no seed needed. Another one is they produce high yields. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Now, when you have when you have prepared them, and you go and plant them in the garden. By the time when they become mature, the time of producing crops, of putting some foods, they increase because you added fertilizer in them.
Don't talk about fertilizers here. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, maybe to explain that further is that you know they're developing quicker, right? And then by the time you choose something to reproduce, usually it has very good characteristics. So since there is no mixing up of genetic material, yes, you're going to get high yield. Other than you planting a seed, and then it depends on both the father and the male and the female, the characteristics of the male and the female gametes. But here you look for the best characteristics and clone that. Okay? Yes. Now, because of time, the rest you're going to discuss, you just drop them in the chat, you're going to look at them. I want us to go and discuss the disadvantages. Yes, we've looked at so many advantages. Yes, it's so good. It is fast. Okay. You can maintain good characteristics, okay? High yield, right? And then there is no need for pollination. Okay? No need for male and female. Does it have any disadvantages? Are there disadvantages of vegetative propagation?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Please say. Gilbert. But you're the one who gave the others. So let me mute you and get Catherine. Catherine, unmute.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Catherine?
The disadvantage is it requires a lot of skilled labor.
It requires what?
A lot of skilled labor.
Yeah, to some extent, yes. Okay. If I told you to do micro propagation, would you do it now? No, because your little kid's in senior 3, you may not do that. So you need some training to do it, yes. If you're giving that kind of point, you give an example. Because if it is just planting cassava, do I need skilled labor? No.
No.
Yeah, but so when you're giving that point, you explain it. Eh? Yes, thank you so much, Catherine. Ram, please unmute. Yes.
Increase disease transmission.
Excellent. Do you want to explain that?
When a plant has diseases, and then you use vegetative propagation, the offspring might get the disease.
Very good. Very, very good. That is excellent. Excellent. Yes. Okay. Let me see another one. Hatina. Hatina, please mute. And yeah, unmute. Yes. You own.
Okay, madam. Okay,
yes.
madam. Thank you.
The
disadvantage I have is that the new species might lack genetic diversity, hence leading to low crop yield. Like maybe they may not be able to adapt to environmental conditions.
Okay. Hatina, before you go off, what is genetic variation?
Like I say genetic diversity. The characteristics of the original plant. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, these organisms, these new plants will be exactly like their mother plant, okay? So they will all be the same. Just imagine all plants, all humans are just the same people. There is no diversity. There is no difference. You are all the same. So there is no genetic diversity. So if anything comes to attack us, we all suffer from the same diseases, okay? Yeah. So that is what she's trying to tell us about. Thank you so much. There is no diversity. Pauline, your hand is up and you're eating. Do you want to unmute and tell us something? Your hand is up, your video is on, and you're eating. You're muted, we can't hear you. Okay, let's have a Kiki.
Madam, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's fine. Akiki? Okay. Hand is down. All right. So basically, those are the disadvantages. Yes. One, there is no diversity. Oh, okay. There is no diversity. All the plants will be the same. Okay. So if they are attacked by the diseases, they'll all get sick. And then there is the mother plant was sick. It will carry the disease to the new plants. And then another thing is that, undesirable characteristics may also be carried on because there is no genetic mixing. You're just cloning the plant. Is that okay? Yeah, we don't have out, but yeah, you can go and read about more disadvantages of vegetative propagation. So here is I want to call it an activity. Okay. Some activity. Abasa and Landy went to purchase planting material for eucalyptus. Okay. So they're going to buy it. They want to plant eucalyptus. Okay? So they went to purchase. So the tree nursery they visited offered 2 types of planting materials. One, the seedlings grown from seeds of mature eucalyptus plants, and then plantlets propagated from branches. Landy decided to purchase the plantlets, while Abasa opted for the seedlings. Abasa is wondering why Landy's yields were better than his. Yet, their trees were planted at the same time under the same conditions. Okay? So yes, these two people wanted to plant eucalyptus. Okay? So one bought seedlings, one bought plantlets. Plantlets are got from the other part, from vegetative propagation. You get plantlets, right? So the first question is, how were these planting materials obtained? What were these planting materials? They got from branches. So you're going to describe how they were obtained. And then give an explanation to Abasa about the difference in their yields. Okay? Have we copied that down? I pray we have. Okay. So I'm seeing very many hands up. I don't know. Are you asking questions? Henry?
Well, the problem I was speaking about something like
okay, you speak.
So
it's okay.
Earlier I spoke of the propagation. Then you see, was it Lina who was asking about the sunlight as a factor, one of the factors?
Yeah.
Then you were like, given that you give them the necessary solutions, the plants, the tissues could do grow well. But now my question is, the way you explained it looked like you were speaking about hydroponics.
Hydroponics, eh?
So
now,
first,
I differentiate between that kind of propagation and hydroponics. What are hydroponics?
No, I know now they are.
Hydroponics, for it, that's the liquid growth of plants. Plants are grown under liquid mixtures minus use of soil.
Okay. So do you think
and
this
also
is different
them
now?
they are grown
in water, in a solution, eh? So we are developing, because we cannot monitor them in soil, we are culturing them in a hydroponic situation. Okay?
Oh.
Yes.
So I can relate them.
You can relate them, only that with hydroponics, it is so general. You can even use, for hydroponics, you can even use seeds. You see that, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
But this is tissue culture. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Bessie J, your hand has always been up.
Yeah. Just to add on to what you said, yeah. Hydroponic, it's a bit expensive. It needs quite time to look after the plants since you're giving them everything under the laboratory. Yeah, so it's quite expensive, and that's one of the disadvantages, that it doesn't cater for each and everyone.
Okay, now when you're giving that, if you're giving disadvantages of vegetative propagation and you say it is expensive, you need to be specific, because if I say that I'm going to cut cassava cutting, cassava stem cutting, it is actually very cheap, right? But if you're giving that as a point, you need to explain it further like you have done, eh? Right? Okay. Yes. Dave? Okay, I don't see Dave. Maisie? Maisie? We lost Maisie. Chemutai?
Teacher, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chemutai.
Teacher, I'm requesting you share the activity in the group after the lesson.
Sorry?
I'm like, you share the activity after in the group.
I share the activity in the group.
You send to the group after the lesson.
I sent to the group. I thought you guys had copied it. Okay. Let me see what I can do.
Okay. Thank you.
So I want someone, okay, let me ask, is this activity clear? Can we answer it?
How are you, Phoebe?
Bernard?
Yes, madam.
Do you think you can do this activity?
Right now?
No, like, is it doable?
Yeah, we can do this, but we first make some research.
How are the holidays? Wisdom.
We can even do it, madam. Hello, teacher.
Hello, please.
Yeah, we can even do it there. If you want us to do it now, we can do it.
No, my problem, okay, my concern is, okay,
yes?
Is the activity clear?
Yeah, the activity is clear.
It is clear, okay?
Yeah.
I want someone who, how can we approach, especially, okay, 8 of them, how can we approach the first task and the second task?
Pardon?
What is it? How can we approach the first task? That is, how were land is planting materials obtained? Actually, there is a spelling mistake. I mean, there is a grammatical error here. How were land is planting materials obtained? Who can answer that? Yes, please. Jokers. Jokers? Okay. Emmanuel? Emmanuel?
Hello.
Yes, please.
For me, according to say, it is clear and we can do.
Yes.
It is clear and we can deal with it.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. Bernard? Yes, please.
I see the material we obtained by cutting.
Okay. Only just that. You're supposed to give a description. When you find such a question, you give a description. Okay? How are they got? Finally, how is the new plant got? Okay? So answer it along those lines. And then give an explanation to Avasa about the difference in their yields. So, Landy gets better yield. Okay? Avasa uses seeds. How are you supposed to answer this question? You give both the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation, and then okay, yes, just the same thing, advantages of using vegetative propagation, just that, okay? And explain them well, and you'll be in business. Is that okay? I'm taking one more hand. This is Anderson. Anderson, unmute. Anderson has failed to unmute.
Excuse me, madam. Madam?
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
I am very well.
Yeah, so what I'm asking, I have heard Anna saying that you are going to share that work in the group.
The question, yes.
Yes. So I'm asking, which group are you going to share those questions?
Do you belong to any of the help groups, the holistic e-learning groups?
Yes, I belong in S4 Group B.
I think they'll be shared there.
Okay, thank
it will
you,
be
madam.
shared there. Yes. Okay. 16 minutes beyond. Yeah, until we meet again. Hope you've understood this.
you, madam.
Maybe we'll close with a prayer.
Yes, I can close with a prayer, madam.
Please do that.
Okay, let's humble ourselves for a prayer. Father, one, thank you for the gift of life you have rendered to us, and we thank you for the time we have spent in the lesson. As your children, we request you to give us the gift of wisdom so that we can understand everything we do in our classrooms, and also enhance the understanding of our teachers so that they can keep providing more knowledge to us. Father, protect us, protect everyone in this world. I pray all this first in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you, madam, for the lesson.
Thank you.